Category 5 TV with Hillary Rumble, Krista Wells, Eric Kidd, Rachel Zhu, and Robbie Ferguson. And now, here's a clip from Category 5 Technology TV.
Brought to you by Eco Alkalines, environmentally responsible batteries. cat5.tv/eco.
You had a bit of an adventure.
Oh, my Atlanta. Well, yeah. Technology, a very important part of my life. So,
What happened?
I'm just doing my thing on the internet.
Just doing a thing.
Googling stuff, trying to find stuff. Leave the computer going, doing its thing. Note, it is not my computer. It is my fiance's.
He loves you, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And I hope he will after. But just stay. Hold on. Just hold that thought. So anyways, I left the computer, just whatever. Then I went to the kitchen, had some din-din. Come back, the screen is just full of chaos. Those little boxes of death that like layer, and then they're like, do this, do that. And then you try to exit them, and then you're like exiting like 72 little squares. And it was performing a scan. Only it wasn't. It was a nasty, nasty virus. Now, I don't even know where this virus came from. Like, I was just Googling stuff. Like, recipes, doing this, doing that. Like,
yikes.
Nothing crazy. Nothing too wild on the World Wide Web. And then it just went mega crazy, mega funk, and then died.
What's the operating system? What's the operating system?
I'd rather not say, because he'll get mad at me, because he knows what it was and what it should have been. It was Windows.
Windows 7.
It was Windows.
This, I believe, is the case for Linux. Somebody says to me, well, what's the difference with Linux? I was visiting with a friend recently, and they are fed up with the problems like this on Windows 7, on any version of Windows. I mean, it's plaguing the Windows user. And really, I mean, okay, so what does your fiance use his computer for?
For work. So all of his crucial invoices and
what software does he use for invoices, or is it web-based?
It's not web-based.
It's like a piece of software?
Yeah.
Could be virtualized, if necessary.
Could have been.
Like QuickBooks or something like that. The biggest case, I mean, the home user especially, usually, I mean, if you ask the question, what do you use your computer for? Well, I use it for the internet. I use it for email, but I use Gmail, or something like that. Yeah. That's a common thing that I hear. And this particular friend that I was visiting with is like, I want to go to Mac because I'm just sick of Windows. But I said, have you ever heard of Linux? No, I think I've heard of it, but I'm not too sure what it is. And the fact is it's an alternative to Microsoft's products that you can get for free. You can install it. It gives you all of the core functionality that you would expect from your computer. So internet, browsing, and email, and games for the kids, and whatever else. There's lots of great games on it as well, plus the virtualization features that we've looked at. So I think the case for Linux really becomes that I'm not susceptible to those kinds of things. So when I talk to someone such as yourself or your fiance, and you say, well, I don't want to make the switch because it sounds like it would be a learning curve, or I think there would be a little bit of problems adapting to new software, Firefox versus Internet Explorer, or Thunderbird versus Outlook Express, or Windows Mail. It's really not that big of a learning curve. But here's the thing: how stressful is it for you that you sat down at that computer and it was like wiped, all the files gone?
It was very stressful. I felt terrible because there goes his livelihood down the tube because I killed it. But
on Linux, that would not have been the case. Guaranteed that would not have been the case. And I only say that because when you think about the learning curve, when you think about, okay, well, could I really transition to Linux? It's like, can you not? Because that stress and that burden of and the potential loss of data, and the problem, and the ongoing expensive antivirus, and trying to maintain a Windows operating system, it can be a real headache.
Oh, yeah.
So, and no operating system is perfect, but I look at problems like that, and I think about the novice users especially. I mean, for us that really know our way around computers, I can use Windows 7 just as well as I can use Linux, and I don't really have any problems. And Garby will say, "Oh, I use Windows and I don't ever get any viruses." And it's, well, because you're a computer guy and you know what to watch out for, and you know how to get rid of stuff if it happens. So, but when we think about the novice user who thinks, "Okay, I'm going to buy a Windows system or a Mac system, which one will it be?" Well, I'll go with the Mac because it's not prone to the viruses and it'll be a learning curve, but whatever. But then there's Linux, which is going to, again, just like the Mac, is going to basically eliminate your problems as far as that kind of problem goes. You can still have problems if you mess up, but it really takes a lot more on a Linux system to mess it up than it does on Windows, for example. So if you're considering the change,
think of
even
me.
a little, or if you're just frustrated with Windows, I encourage you to check out Linux, and I'd love to help you to do that. Just pop us an email, live@category5.tv. Tell us what you're currently running and what you want to, what you use your computer for, what you need Linux to be able to do for you, and I promise you, we'll show you how to do it. So I'd love to get that email this week.
Because Robbie knows the headache that can go into trying to...
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I mean, Hillary is devastated, folks, about this poor laptop that we're gonna do data recovery on it. We're gonna get the files, and so there's no concern there. So rest assured, we'll take care of that. But what a frustrating thing to have to go through for like, think of a user who's not at your level, who simply sat down at the computer and everything's wiped. And it's like, you as a computer user, you've gotten used to it, okay? If you're a Windows user, you've gotten used to, oh, well, this is normal. I have to deal with this kind of stuff, and I've got to inoculate viruses all the time. You've gotten used to it. It's not right. It's not normal. It shouldn't be the case.
It's wrong. It's just wrong.
It really
Viruses should not exist.
But they do.
Infuriate me.
But you can switch operating systems. It will help. It'll make a big difference.
Category 5 TV is a production of Prodigy Digital Solutions and is licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 2.5 Canada. Thanks for watching.